Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be episode 4 of our Rags to Riches Island. And we opened our shop and now we're getting the phone call so we can finally start getting our other villagers. So we might be doing a little villager hunt. Alright, let's see what's in the mail. Our item from Gulliver. And we're gonna go check the shop and meet Mabel. Now this is one of the main reasons why I decided to go ahead and get the shop, was that way we could get Mabel coming to our island, so we can hope to get that do-rag. So we're just checking what's for sale. I was looking for... I don't remember what flowers I was looking for, actually. But I did get the DIY book. And I do get the wallpaper. Or the flooring. My bad. Just so that way I can kind of change up my house's look now that we have a house. And I do really like this tea cart, the surfing cart. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that too. Alright, let's go ahead and check our dailies, see what our ×2 Nook Mile goals are. Pop a balloon, catch fish, or dive for sea creatures, catch a tadpole and fish, and sell seashells. So we're just gonna run our dailies, grab our fossils. Oh, and Lyman is gonna teach us reactions finally. So lots of progression. I don't know if the reactions are correlated to having the shop or not. But either way, it's something that made me very happy. And we're going to start our museum pile with the fossils that we've dug up and finally open our mail, which I had completely forgotten about. So I ordered some cypress plants, KK Folk, and let's see what Gulliver sent us, the South Pole. Alright, we're going to venture over to the other side. So since I chose Forager, I do have to get all the fossils, and we're gonna focus on getting those every day. Does anyone else struggle with balloons? Like, I can never tell if I'm directly underneath it or not, and I really thought I wasn't going to hit that balloon at all. So let's see what was inside. A rocket lamp. I think those are kind of cool. They're kind of like lava lamps. I absolutely love this butterfly. It is my favorite butterfly in the whole game. The Queen Alexandria's birdwing, is that what it's called? And bonus too, now that we finally catch one, have caught one, and it's going to go in the donation pile. Any other ones we catch in the future, I can go ahead and put in our flick pile. So we picked up a DIY bottle for a clacker cart, which is a really cute one. I don't know how to work it into an everyday design, but it's really cute for like a Christmas build or kid core. So now we're going to go through and hit our rocks, try to either find money rock or gold nugget. Part of the end goals is you have to complete 5 of the gold series DIYs, so we're going to need quite a few gold nuggets throughout this playthrough. And I think I've only gotten 1 or 2, maybe. So we're gonna shake the trees as well as catch some bugs while we're running through. Just general daily to-dos. And hopefully this will be a tadpole. But you know what? I think I see a butterfly over there that I do not have yet. And it flew to the 2nd level. And I don't have a ladder. The ultimate tease. I kept hoping that it was gonna fly back down to the 1st level, but it just kept going farther and farther in. So we don't end up getting that butterfly today. That's okay. There's always next time. Let's go back and get that fish. Hopefully it's a tadpole, since that is one of my Nook Plus goals for today. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty nice timing. Not a tadpole, but a Ranchu goldfish. I don't think I've ever caught one of those on any of my islands before. It's pretty interesting looking. Alright, we're gonna get our money tree, bury our bells, and plant it over with our other money trees. The money trees have been coming in clutch this whole playthrough so far. I know at least every day I have a little bit of income. Alright, let's see what this rock is gonna do. Oh, look at that. Our money rock is right next to our money trees. That should be easy to remember. It's like a little money corner. So we're gonna go ahead and collect all of that. And we're gonna continue doing the rest of our rocks, I believe. Just so we can get the DIY materials, because we're going to be needing them to build the 3 plots. And I wasn't quite fast enough that time to get all 9 hits in. Sometimes my controller, even though I'll push it, doesn't respond. So I don't know if I need to get a new controller or if I need to clean it. Maybe see if my husband can go ahead and take it apart and clean all the dirt and stuff that gets in controllers naturally. See if that helps or not. But we got all 9 hits in there. And we're gonna do our first selling to the drop-off box. Because we don't have our do-rag, we have to sell everything to the drop box. So we're gonna go ahead and gift our villagers. I already gifted Renee, is that her name? I can't remember her name. The rocket lamp that came out of the balloon. And we just gifted Lyman a stand-up locker. Ooh, Lacy tank. I like the Lacy tanks. So now we're going to go ahead and get our sea creatures for our Nook Miles Plus. I try to get a Scallop every time I dive because I love running into Pascal. He's probably my favorite daytime NPC, and I always give him the Scallop. Even the first one I give it to Pascal first, and then I just stay in the water till I get another one. I knew a fool once. He ran a real successful china shop, so don't generalize. I like his little messages. And did you know, if you swim along the fence, you can actually swim with Pascal until he gets to the edge of like the corner, and then he swims off the other way. It's really cute. So I enjoy doing that. But it's time to say goodbye to Pascal and get on with our playthrough. So here's Tom Nook overselling his plots and needing us to help him out of the jam he made. None of our applicants are too fond in sleeping in tents, so in order to persuade them, he promised them fully furnished housing. And of course, it's too much work for one raccoon. But Scatha, here you are, my hour of need. Would you help me get those homes prepared? Well, as if I have a choice. Thank you so much. I'll never forget this. So while we're in the tent, I'm gonna go ahead and pay off my home loan, so we can go ahead and get that upgraded. So I have never actually paid off a home in Animal Crossing using my own bells. It's always bells from like Treasure Islands and stuff. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself for so far doing the home loan, you know, all by myself, grinding away. I've never actually have played through Animal Crossing in the quote correct quote way without Treasure Islands and all that. So now we're going to go ahead and sell some things in the drop box. Again, the sea creatures I dove for, as well as the pearl that Pascal gave me, because the pearls sell for quite a bit of money, and I think the only DIY that takes them is the Mermaid DIY series. Hopefully I'm not wrong and discover later on that I need it for like a gold series DIY, because that would suck. But you live and you learn. So I got the little cypress plants just to do a little bit of decorating. And I wanted to check out what color the Lacy tank was, and I meant to take off my wetsuit, and I took off my shoes instead. So, let's see what color this is. Oh, mint! I like the mint color. It's really pretty. So, we're gonna go ahead and go inside to grab our materials and start crafting this bridge. So I think that all of the log bridges should be a DIY bridge, and then you can pay for the other bridges, because I mean it looks the most DIY. But I think I might do all log bridges if I do bridges on this island at all. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to invest and do the bridges, or if I want to just find a cute pattern and terraform like a land bridge once I hit 3 stars. The terraforming the land bridges would be the more frugal option, but I love how the bridges look on the map, and you can't really terraform a diagonal bridge. You can only terraform the vertical. I had to think of which orientation it was. Vertical and horizontal bridges. So we're gonna go ahead and go place down our bridge. I already knew exactly where I wanted it to go. But first we're gonna put this crawfish down in the museum pile. And I wanted to have my bridge at this little diagonal spot, because I do love how diagonal bridges look. But I didn't want it too far towards the top, and I didn't want it too far towards the bottom. And I know centering things in this game sometimes isn't an option, so I was really hoping that I could finagle it to be centered if I just kept moving around. So I tried a couple of different times, and I think this one is too far down. So let's imagine this one. It looks pretty centered. And I think it actually managed to be almost centered. So I was pretty happy with that placement. So I think now, since we have a Nook Mile ticket waiting for us at the airport counter, and we're going to be doing the 3 plots, we should just go see who's it going to be. I mean, worst case scenario, if it's someone we don't like, then we don't invite them and they don't autofill. And best case scenario, we get someone who is super cute, and we get the Nook Mile Island materials from the island. Alright, so let's see who's it gonna be. That's a cute sheep. I'm not quite sure of her name, but we're gonna go ahead and get our tree items first, and we're gonna start chopping down these trees. Definitely want to get these coconuts so I can plant them on my own island. That way, every few days I can just go ahead and harvest them and sell them. And Vesta. I like her. She's cute. I really do enjoy the sheep. I think the sheep are really cute. And, you know, they're real fluffy looking. I imagine they're very soft. They probably give really good hugs too. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite her. It could be worse and it could be better. And with the magic of editing, the island is now completely deforested. And we're gonna go ahead and go home. Goodbye, Wilbur, and goodbye, Orville. See you later. Alright, so now we're going to plant these coconuts. So that way we can get them started on growing. And then also, like, the good beetles will appear on the coconut trees as well. And we're going to sell the rest of the materials, the fruit and the weeds and the shells. Oh, and the hive and the red corner. I'm not the biggest fan of the wrestling ring. So, I mean, worst case scenario, if I want it, it's cataloged and I can order it again. So, I am having the worst luck with this pond fish. I could not get the little bobber to be in the front of the shadow, and every time I readjusted, the fish readjusted. So finally the fish looked, and hopefully it's the tadpole, so we can go ahead and hurry up and end this day. Let's see what it's going to be. A killifish, not a tadpole. So checking our Nook Miles. We've done all of our Nook Mile Plus achievements for the day, except for catching the tadpole. And at this point in the day, I had to stop recording. I had to go ahead and get on with other things. So I decided I was going to do 2 additional Nook Mile tasks to make up for the fact that I did not catch the tadpole. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this tree, because that was one of the tasks. Let me know what you think about if you have a specific island, a specific task like that, and you just couldn't complete it. I know some people are just throwing away money. Some people are choosing to do alternative Nook Mile goals like I'm doing. What do you think is fair? If there's no specific rule that states there's a penalty for not being able to do it, but the rules do state that you have to do them all, but sometimes real life just gets in the way. Or sometimes, like, the game wants you to do something that you just won't be able to do. Like, a few episodes back I had chopped the trees, but I didn't have enough Nook Mile achievements, Nook Mile points, to have that tool set. So I, again, just did a different Nook Mile task. So we just did some super fast stretching. And I had to go look at this pond one more time to see if maybe the tadpole was going to spawn, but as you can see, it's a large shadow. So definitely not the tadpole. But at this point, I had to know what type of fish it was. So let's see what type we caught. A carp. We caught a carp. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.